Well, that's one of the many moments from Monday night's Bachelorette that made Bentley the most hated man in America.
It did. And this morning, we're talking to the woman who's been married to him. Suzette Davis is Bentley's ex-wife and mother of their adorable 2-year-old daughter, Cosette. Good morning, Suzette.
Cosette. That's pretty funny, too. That's almost as good as Pepe Escobar with Tony Greenberg. So anyway, this actor right here, who is supposed to be his ex-wife, is none other than the character Rachel Zoe again. And you'll see something that's really even crazier. Now, as you can see, the makeup that they use around the lips like this is called Old Age Stipple. It's a foam latex rubber that makes the skin basically bunch up and wrinkle when it dries. So it's very easy to do that, plus then they cake on the makeup on top of that, and makes her look much older than she is. But then we just adjust the opacity, making the top layer transparent, and we can see underneath, again, they're the same person. Look, she's even wearing the same earrings. It's very simple to Photoshop the eyes. As you can see in the video of Rachel Zoe, that's not her real color of her eyes. So, now, here's where it starts to get interesting. You see, Cosette, their supposed child, here she is none other than the child that they used for last year's season of The Bachelor as Emily's child, Ricky. Supposedly her ex died in a plane crash. She was a race car driver and left her alone, not knowing she was pregnant with the child. Good story. This is supposedly Rick and her, but notice the ring on her finger. That's the same one that the Bachelor, Brad, picked out and gave her. So now that you know that that show's fake, now we want to take a look at this actor, this Emily, because Emily is the same person as Zoe and as Bentley's ex-wife. But she also is in the media as an actor, again, for other fake media events. And here we see her at a younger age on the news.
It was bloody murder.
Stop.
Yeah, make sure you notice, again, it's from Phoenix.
Then this guy comes from over here, just shooting.
Mike Oates is one of 5 people grazed by a bullet. He now has a small puncture wound on his right shoulder.
No, he was crazy. He's trying to control everything in the home. Like that.
Joe Zamudio was inside Walgreens, and no sooner did he hear those shots than he...
And I just ran that way towards where that noise came from.
So I guess once you've been approved to do one of these fake media events, then you're just, they use you over and over again whenever they can because they know you can trust you.
He opted to keep most of his comments to himself.
I felt like there was nothing we could say to him that was going to matter. There's nothing that's going to matter to that kid except a needle on that.
The shooting started here in the front yard, and when everyone heard the gunshots, they ran into the backyard, jumped over that fence, and started running.
I just grabbed him and we just ran.
Bianca Vent grabbed an 8-year-old boy grazed by bullet fragments and helped him crawl over a fence to safety. His mom was shot and killed, and police say his dad is the shooter.
And he's like, what happened to my mom? Where's my mom? I feel like I could see me spending the rest of my life with him. And he cried a little bit, but I think he was just so confused. He didn't know what to think.
Bianca and the 8-year-old took shelter inside a stranger's house down the block.
So you say to yourself that, well, this is sort of harmless fun where they're just taking a part as an actor would in any type of role, and basically that's it. Well, I have to disagree with that because these actors are crossing the ethical lines. There's boundaries that they have to abide by. Now, not only do they, but the people that are producing these spots and actually propagating them across the globe as real, that is a serious crime in my position here. Now, the act of social manipulation is in itself harmful, as we can see that this country is where it is right now because of the fact that we've been socially manipulated by the mass media. we've been basically conditioned into thinking certain ways, and we think that that way of thinking is founded on factual information when it's not. All those facts that we thought were solid are out the window, and our foundation now has been based on something that's a lie. So we see that there is a harm when it comes to these actors playing this type of role. Now we take it to the next level of the fact that in that little clip we saw Joe Zamudio, one of the actors in the Gabrielle Giffords drill. That in itself is the next level of corruption, the next level of social manipulation and perception management, and the fact that it was propagated by our government again, and still is supported by those key figures in our government that are trying to push for agenda changers like the guns being removed from the population. That, by definition of Homeland Security, is a domestic terrorist act, because any threat of violence or any violent act in order to persuade or to get change of political policies is considered terrorism. So these people need to be held accountable. Now we're going to show you some more examples of actors that have made the jump from just entertainment and the ethical problems that I have sort of with the social manipulation at that point to the even bigger problem of taking part in a domestic terrorist drill.
One former classmate called Cho the question mark kid because he once wrote a question mark on a sign-up sheet instead of his name. Sarah Stevens is a junior here at Virginia Tech and a former CBS News intern.
You caught that correct? A CBS intern. Now she's also a Dave Weiss associate, and we're going to get into that in a moment and find out who she really is.
She and Cho were in the same playwriting class. Talk to me about his demeanor. What was he like in class?
I wish I could say more about his demeanor, but honestly, I had classes with him for 3 years, and he was known as being expressionless. He usually sat in class and I never heard him speak once in 3 years.
Which is so unusual. You're in English classes
Exactly.
It's all about self-expression.
Exactly, and so that's why until this playwriting class, I had no idea as to what his mental state was like. I had no idea as to what kind of personality he had, because
as mentioned, she's a Dave Weiss associate. Dave Weiss's Facebook friends list has many interesting people that you should look at. We'll get into some more of those people in the next section after this, and I think you're going to be very surprised at what you find out.
Next, Dr. Phil. Have you ever felt abused by the system? She says she found herself battered and in jail after a routine airport security check.
He slams my head against the table. My God, I'm getting beaten up.
She is mad as hell, and she's going to do something about it.
Suing is American.
Play for no one. Bravo's Millionaire Matchmaker recently featured one of these lonely, wealthy ladies who puts it all out there. So get a load of this load. Oh my God, there's all these guys here. They're all for me. I love football. Will you tackle me?
Absolutely.
Anthony said he would tackle me, which I actually really enjoy because I love a guy who tackles me. What do you do?
I'm a plumber, actually.
I love plumbers.
Hugging a lot.
And remember, she's not the only one that's identified in the Pima County Sheriff Dubnik's annual awards as being part of the Jason Guard lie. Everybody that's involved in that is in those books. Now, the other people that are involved in all the other events show up in either those books or they show up in Dave Weiss, his Facebook friends list.
They were all roommates. They spoke today with CNN's Gary Tuckman.
What kind of roommate was he?
He was pretty quiet, really.
He talked about something called lucid dreaming.
Simply being able to
clean. Not one you can complain about, really, to start off with.
control your dream.
like they're telling him all these things, but he doesn't know if...
I mean, everyone wants a quiet roommate, right?
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't friendly by any means. He was just...
About a person trying to struggle what his real waking...
Sometimes I guess you would say rude, the way...
This is my first year helping out with Hoagie Helper.
Now remember, I've already exposed Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the creators of South Park, for their roles in the Columbine drill. Now again, we see Trey playing his role in another school drill that was sold to us as being a live real-world event. Now, the next section that we're going to discuss, you're going to see some of these individuals in this same film here that Trey is in. These individuals you can find in Dave Weiss's Facebook friends list. They are the members of SEAL Team 6. All of them are in his Facebook friends list. And I'll tell you a little story about what happened when Dave confronted me not too long ago about it.
And why did I do it? Just because of the Hokie spirit that we have here on campus.
Colin Carroll, long snapper for the Virginia Tech football team, and we're out here today on this beautiful day. We're helping Vince Painter and Courtney Prince are hard at work, as you can tell, so we're having a lot of fun. I'm here with Madison Schuler, freshman at Virginia Tech. Madison, what does it mean for you to have the Virginia Tech football players helping out today?
It's awesome. We got some heavy lifting, getting all my stuff in. It's a big help because...
As you can see, all the members of SEAL Team 6 are found in Dave Weiss's Facebook friends list. Not only are they found there, but several of the individuals involved in the Gabrielle Giffords event and missing individuals across the country, like the missing teen Holly Bobo, and other individuals are all found in this Facebook friends list. Now, Dave contacted me about 3 weeks ago, and he threatened me with a lawsuit if I didn't remove his images and his name and all the pictures that I had on my website. I told him, I said, you know, you go ahead and do what you got to do, because 2 of your friends now have come forward and they want to tell me all about, and they're part of the SEAL Team 6, the group that you organized and put together. So they've told me a lot about what you've done. And the next thing I knew, Dave pulled all his photographs off his Facebook friends list, including his own, and that's it, blocked me. But of course I get around that. But actions speak louder than words, and his spoke volumes. Now in the next video, you're going to learn about how people in his Facebook friends list are tied to the Fort Hood shooting and are also tied to the Occupy movement today. Same individuals you'll see in 9/11 and also in the G20. I'll go over them in great detail in this next video, but I wanted to get this out to you so you can have something to get the word out with and build awareness to what we're talking about.